therefore, we are beginning our event of this evening. I gently remind all the participants to kindly pay attention that your microphones are muted. Good afternoon to our chief guest, Mrs. Maria Kavita, business consultant and motivational speaker, members of the management, parents, well-wishers, and our very own St. Anne's family, staff and students. As we all know, this pandemic has tested our patience and tolerance. It has also shown how resilient we are. We find ourselves returning to the adage, we cannot direct the wind, but we can adjust the sail. So here we are for the virtual investiture ceremony of Students' Cabinet 2020-21. Lead kindly light amidst the encircling gloom. Lead thou us on. We shall now have an humble offering of prayer as we look up to our Heavenly Father, the fountain of all wisdom, for his infinite grace and blessing. Let us glorify his unseen presence in our midst as our student of class 10th B, Ms. Anaga Varghese, leads us into prayer.
Welcome to thee to take thy touch before I begin my day. I have come to thee to take thy touch before I begin my day. Let thy eye rest upon my eye forever. Let thy eye rest upon my eye forever. I have come to thee to take thy touch before I begin my day.
Thank you, Mrs. Pramila, for leading us gently to receive Father's touch so that the work of our hands are blessed this evening. Dear invitees, we cherish your presence with us this evening, as it is a source of blessing for our budding leaders. Now I invite Mrs. Pillai Prasanna, our Faculty of English, to accord words of welcome to the distinguished guests.
Good evening, everybody. A warm welcome to the momentous program that marks a significant event of this academic year. After a meticulous and democratic process, Team 2020 has emerged by the Ennites, for the Ennites, and of the Ennites. This is a defining moment for the newly elected teams, as they have done the mantle of leadership and take the oath of office with the promise to carry out their duties with uprightness, faith, and excellence, especially during this global pandemic. As they vow to lead with commitment, confidence, and competence, it's a privilege to have with us each of you as witnesses of this event. And today I have the duty to welcome all the participants here. This evening, we are all fortunate to have with us a prominent personality as our chief guest of the day, Mrs. Maria Kavita, a business consultant and motivational speaker. She is the owner of Macro Consultancy and Services Company, consultant regarding HR and financial products. She has more than 20 years of experience in IT. Besides, she is a passionate mentor and motivational trainer and has groomed many successful and effective leaders. And today, I feel that no one better than her can address our budding leaders. So I take this opportunity to welcome her. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next, it's my pleasure to welcome our principal, Sister Anita Joseph, who is always behind us as a guiding spirit. Welcome you, sister.
Thank you.
Next, my heartfelt welcome goes to our vice principal, Sister Juby, who took great initiative for arranging such a platform. Welcome you, dear sister.
Thank you.
Next, I also extend my warm welcome to all the teaching and non-teaching staff to this event. Also, my welcome goes to our dear parents and all my dear students. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Prasanna, for your cordial words of welcome. Now, I take this opportunity to welcome you to this event. Hearty welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, sister.
Great people are ordinary people with extraordinary. Sister Anita Joseph, who is the driving force from behind, will now deliver the presidential address. Over to Sister Anita.
Good evening to our chief guest, Mrs. Maria Kavita, respected manager, Sister Annamma Mathai, vice principal, Sister Juby Joseph, staff, student cabinet members, parents, and my dear students. Lockdown due to COVID-19 pandemic might have brought a lot of activities to a halt, but it couldn't dampen the spirit of St. Anne's Ayur, as today we have our investiture ceremony on a virtual platform. To the incoming student leaders, your investiture marks a major milestone both in your learning journey in St. Anne's as well as in your personal development as future leaders. The school sees great potential in you, and your investiture as student leaders is a testament to the confidence that the school has in your leadership capability. Hence, in your leadership journey, I humbly offer you 3 key insights represented by the acronym FAR, F-A-R, to help you go as far as you possibly can in your leadership journey. First, we have fortitude. You will encounter obstacles and stumbling blocks along your journey of leadership, sometimes even failures. But do not let these obstacles and failures lead you to despair. Take them as part of your learning journey and improve yourself with each challenge. Second, ardent or passionate about the things that you do. Don't do things for the sake of doing. You should strive to be ardent in the way we carry out our task. Third one is relentless in your pursuit of excellence. Don't give up at the earliest instance or convenience. Don't settle for mediocrity when you are able to rise above the occasion. I am sure you will surmount all these and live up to everyone's expectation. We will be there on your side and assist you in your new role. I congratulate each one of you and wish you a fulfilling experience as a cabinet member. Thank you. Today also is a memorable day as we mark Teachers' Day. Our teachers who have helped us become what we are today play such a big role in our life. Even during this pandemic, teachers are doing an exemplary job by taking the virtual route to help students access education from using virtual platform, hosting interactive lessons, even checking in with their students. There's a lot we should be thanking our teachers for, especially this year. So, this Teachers' Day, it is important that you remember to appreciate the guiding forces and helpers, the ones who give you the wings to fly. Thank you so much for being the torch bearer for all our students. We owe you a lot. We, the management, wish you a remarkable Teachers' Day 2020. Thank you.
Thank you very much, respected sister, for your words of exhortation to our newly elected leaders, as well as for your words offered as a tribute and appreciation to all our teachers. Our guest speaker for today, Mrs. Maria Kavita, joins us from Bengaluru. Among the noteworthy achievements of her life, she singles out opportunities through which she has molded and mentored many exceptional leaders. Ma'am, we are eagerly waiting to listen to your gracious words, which we are sure will prove to be keys to the right beginning of our school cabinet's work for the academic year 2020-21. Over to you, Mrs. Maria Kavita, today's chief guest.
Hi, can you hear me? Am I clear? All right, awesome. So, first of all, I'm really, really happy to see all of you here and see how well you have actually met the demands, the changing demands of the times, because that itself is a sign of leadership. Okay, so at the very start, sister, I don't know your name, sister, but you started off with the word resilience, right? And followed by Sister Anita. Very clearly, I think all of you have already understood what leadership is all about. I have nothing more to say. Nevertheless, since I'm here, given the role that I'm given here today, let me start with, our dear students, the cabinet members, right? How do you feel? I don't know if you've given permission to the participants to unmute, but I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and I want you guys to just think, okay? If you're able to unmute and say, fine. Otherwise, just think for a moment, right? Did you? I know all of you are leaders here over here, right? Everyone who's here is a leader of some sort. Did you know that you're going to be a leader? Maybe say 2 years back, 3 years back. Did you know that you're going to be a leader? Just think for a moment. Some of you must be saying yes, some of you must be thinking no, right? So, but somehow you're here. Okay, by the way, it's not an accident that you're here, right? The very fact that the school has already taken this pandemic, coronavirus pandemic, into an opportunity to move everyone to the online platform and still continue doing the things that all of you excel in, right? You're already in that environment. So with or without your knowledge, you have imbibed a lot of things from the school, right? So you're already here, but then your journey began much, much earlier than you realize. You don't even realize how you've been formed for this particular day, right? So first, I want to start with an appreciation for every single person here, okay? As a sign of my appreciation, I don't know if Yeah, it's right there. So I'm giving you an applause. I'm giving St. Anne's, all the students, teachers, management, principal, parents above all, a huge applause. Okay, this is from me, my applause to you guys. You're doing a fantastic job. That's my way of giving my respects to you guys, giving you the appreciation that you guys deserve. Okay, so starting there, right now, let's take a look at what leadership is. I'm going to keep this as short as possible, okay? But I'm going to give you some points that you can take from here. What has been a journey, and you're already here, right? What do you do from here? So let's ask ourselves, what is leadership? Today is a good time to step back a little bit from all the journey that you've been through and reached here, right? Step back a little bit and say, what is leadership, right? I read while preparing for this day, right, for this event, I read a lot of definitions on leadership. Though I've studied a lot of stuff in my MBA course, I did a lot of reading up, right? A lot of people say a lot of different things about leadership. The action of leading, a state or position of being a leader, right? There are many definitions for leadership, but what does it all entail? No matter what the definition, leadership simply means to lead, right? What does it mean to lead? Leading is not blowing the whistle and saying, hey, follow me, left, right. That's not leadership, okay? That's commanding, okay? So leadership, what is really leadership? Leadership is nothing but influence, right? Somebody has taken the trouble to influence you all these years for you to become a leader, right? Among all the students of St. Anne's, it is only the few of you who are here. I see the number 66 over here, right? Maybe about 50 of you are leaders or 40 of you are leaders, right? So how is it that among all the students, only you have reached here to be a leader? You've taken the position of a leader, right? How did that happen? Because somebody in your life has been influencing you to get to here, right? So ultimately, leadership is about influencing. Now, when I say influencing, it means, like I said, right? It's not like blowing the whistle and saying, hey, left, right. No, that's commanding, right? So you don't force leadership into anybody. You draw out the need for a person to follow you. And, in the end, it'll look like you and they are walking together, but actually you're the only one in that whole group that is walking together that has complete clarity and full clarity on where the whole team is headed and how you're to reach there and what you have to do when you face obstacles, right? You are the one who will have that vision, that clarity, right? So which means in order to lead, one must have a vision of the future, not just for oneself, but for the whole team. So leadership is all about the other person or the people who are going to follow you, right? So if they have to follow you, you have to have it within yourself to, to draw out the need to follow, right? What should they follow? Something that you believe in, some vision that you have for the future. And that vision has to be applicable for them. Specific goals. Let me give you an example, right? So it's practical for you guys, right? Now, there are house captains here. Okay, let's say, I don't know how you name your houses. In my school, it was like lotus, rose, lily, and sunflower, right? So when I'm the leader of Rose House, let's say, right? And I decide in this investiture ceremony today that my house should win the annual sports meet of the school this year, right? What do? I don't wait for the annual sports week to happen, right? That week to start. I start now itself, right? I know that there are 12 people, 15 people in my team. I try to find out who's good in what. If I've been in the same house for the last 3 years, I already know it, right? And I use all that strength that I have. Then I also know that, hey, you know what? This person is good in javelin throw. But if this person is running multiple events together, this person cannot really do his or her best. So I make sure that I build that weakness, that I help this person out of that weakness, right? So, and then take the team together with me in fulfilling that vision of winning that annual sports trophy for the year. Okay, so it's not a one day's job. That's what I'm trying to tell you, right? So leading is not a one day's job. It's an influencing process, day after day after day, and person after person after person. Every person that is in your team, that has been given to you in your position of leadership, is important. Okay, has a leadership capability. It just hasn't come out. For you, thank God it's come out. Thank your superiors, it's come out. Thank your parents who enabled it for you, it's come out. Your teachers who enabled it, right? The school that's given you the environment to thrive in your leadership, right? So it's all there for you guys. It's come out, and you're receiving the badge of a leader today, right? But every person in your team is a leader, has a potential to be a leader, right? And you are a true leader when you have influenced every single member of your team to go towards leadership. Now, when I say go towards leadership, right? Is a leader born or made? Is a leader born or made?
Made.
Made. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to ask you another question. Is a leader natural or is a leader made?
Natural.
Natural. Why do you say natural? So what's the difference between natural and born? I like your response, but I want to know what you're meaning, right? Elaborate on that a little bit. What do you mean natural?
Very.
Students, you can take opportunity to unmute your microphone and speak. Only thing, after speaking, kindly take care to mute the microphone.
Thank you, sister. That helps. That helps. Thank you, sister. Yeah, go ahead, Vivek. You were saying something.
Some people gets the ability to lead somebody when also they were born.
So they're born. Okay. And that's why they're natural. Anybody
Yes.
else? Awesome. Thank you for the response, Alex. Anybody else? Anyone else? Good. I really appreciate your initiative to speak up. Anyone else? Go ahead. There's no right or wrong answer, okay? I'm just trying to get you to think and to process this, right? Because you're all leaders from today. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody else was trying to say something? Anyone else would like to say whether a leader is natural or born? St. Anne students do a lot of thinking, huh? You've taught them to think before they speak. Anyone? Okay.
I think they are made to be leaders.
Made to be leaders.
For being a leader, they want a lot of influence from many people.
Influence from many people. Awesome. Awesome. Good response. Okay, let me add something here for you, okay? This might be a surprise, okay? So I agree that leaders are not born, right? But leaders are natural. What do I mean by that, right? So leadership should become natural to you. How does it become natural to you, right? What is it that makes a leader stand out as a leader? Right? Not the rest of the gang, but a leader, right? What is it? So a leader is usually charismatic. When I say charismatic, the person has some kind of charism, some kind of what may seem like a gift, but is actually something that the person has carried with him or her for a long time, right? So the leader is charismatic and has a charism to influence many people, right? Now, when I say influence, what are you influencing? What are you influencing? You agree with me that a leader influences, right? Everyone agrees with me that a leader influences?
Yes.
Yes. So what are they influencing?
Power.
Pardon?
Situation.
influencing the situations. Yeah, that's an outcome, right? Situations get influenced, but that's an outcome of some other influence. What are you influencing?
Power.
Pardon? The way your team members think, right? So when you tell your team, we have to win this trophy, we have to participate in that inter-school competition this year, right? Till now we were not able to win, we have to win this year. So you're kind of influencing their thinking process, so they also start thinking, yes, we have to win, we have to win, right? And the next thing you influence is, because everybody is thinking like that in the same manner, everyone will behave in a particular way, right? Like everyone wants to practice, everyone gets up in the morning and does some exercises to keep themselves fit, right? And every sport requires a different type of exercise, so they probably specialize in that particular exercise, for follow that, whatever patterns have to be followed, they follow regularly, right? So you're influencing their thinking, their behavior. The entire growth process for the entire team is being influenced, right? So when you are a leader, first of all, for you to be able to influence, what do you need? What do you need? You need, first of all, to empower yourself, right? That's what you're going to start doing from today, okay? So far, other people have influenced you, empowered you. The school has given you the opportunity, right? Like Sister Anita rightly said, she has given you the opportunity. The teachers, by selecting you, whoever selected you, right? They've given you the opportunity, right? So now it is your business to take the baton and run. And when you run, you're taking your team with others, the others in your team with you. And while you're running, you're also forming leaders, more and more leaders for St. Anne, so that when you get out of the school, it's not just these 50 who are leaders. Every single person that gets out of St. Anne's is a leader, right, in their own respect, right? So so Bill Gates, in many of his talks, right, Bill Gates keeps repeating the statement: when we look into the future, leaders are those people who will empower others, right? Empowering, okay? So leadership is not just about possession or authority, okay? Leadership is about empowering. And who empowers? Empowerment starts with you. How do you empower others? Okay, I'm going to give you simple steps. Okay, first, empower yourself. Right? When I say empower yourself, what do you mean? First, you have to learn to be comfortable with yourself, right? Be yourself and be comfortable with yourself. For this, what do you need? The 3 A's, right, of being yourself. Aware of who you are, accept who you are, and keep advancing to who you want to be, right? So which means you should know where you want to be, who you want to be, okay? So be aware of who you are right now. Accept who you are right now. Yeah, I have my strengths, I have my weaknesses. I may be a leader, but I have my own strengths and weaknesses. And I'm going to work on my weaknesses while I'm going to use my strength to keep moving forward, right? Nevertheless, whether it is weakness or strength, I am advancing, right? So empowering yourself, being yourself means 3 A's, right? Aware of yourself, accept who you are, and keep advancing, all right? The second step to empowering yourself is to keep on developing yourself. What does it mean by developing yourself, right? My mom used to tell me in my growing years, every night when you go to bed, you make a checklist of how your day has been. Tonight, if you die, will you go to heaven? Tomorrow, if you wake up, will you be comfortable meeting those people, same people who you lived with, interacted with today? Right? I mean, that was a profound learning for me, though she taught me that at a very young age. Even today, I find that is the most useful exercise, right? If I die tonight, will I go to heaven? Which means, have I done everything the way that, God can directly take me to heaven? That's one thing. And the second thing is, if I wake up tomorrow, can I meet and live with the same people that I have interacted with today? Which means if there's any, friction in any relationship, mend that? Have I mended that? Don't let the sun go down in your in whatever was not right for you. So keep a self check from time to time. Wherever you need help, don't hesitate to take help. There are so many people around you who can help you, your teachers. I mean, I'm not talking about every single teacher, every single person around you, right? You will be comfortable with someone. Pick that someone. You need to have anchors for your life. Find your anchors, right? For me, my biggest continuous anchor has been God. But then there have been a lot of people who came and went in my life who acted as anchors for that particular stage of my growth, right? So you will also have different people at different stages of your life who will become your anchor, but find your anchor. Take help from those people, all right? That's very, very important, okay? Just because you became a leader doesn't mean you're all powerful, you know everything, you can do everything. No, not at all. You're just beginning your journey of leadership, okay? Another thing that is very important for your leadership, for you to prepare yourself to lead others, right, is again, trust, honesty, integrity. Three things, right? Unless you trust yourself, unless you have confidence in yourself, unless you're honest with yourself, if you cannot be honest with yourself, you cannot be honest with others or expect honesty from others either, right? Integrity is, if I say, we will win this match, we will win this match, okay? There are some ways of doing it, and I will follow those ways. I will not, I will not do anything and everything to win the match. So integrity, right, along with vision, okay? And so that is about empowering yourself. The next step would be to develop influencing skills in yourself and in others. Now, when I say influence, like I said, you're influencing thinking, behavior, and the growth of other people, right? You're touching all these dimensions of the other person and yourself also. So when you are influencing others, you will have your own style of influencing. Each person has their own style of influencing, right? So make sure that your influencing skills are not in contradiction. I mean, you're not saying, okay, my skills are the best, somebody else does not know how to influence. No, not at all. Everyone's leadership style is good. Make a leader out of everybody the way they are leaders, right? Recognize the leadership qualities in other people, right? And then build relationships. Trust is a first ingredient of a healthy relationship. Build relationships. Why is it important as a leader to build relationships? You know what? Today, in front of the school, when you blow the whistle, they might march to your whistle, okay? But when your authorities are not there and you have to get them to do something in a particular way, they're not going to listen to you, okay? So they will listen to you for the sake of the authorities, otherwise they will not listen to you. Build relationships of trust. When you do that with your own teams, right, they will remember it for the rest of your life, and for the rest of your life, you will be seen as a leader in their life, okay? They will see you as a leader for the rest of their life. Please remember this, okay? Each one of you here must become a leader for at least one person in St. Anne's, okay, for the rest of their lives. Can you make that promise today? While you go about doing your duties, yeah, you have duties as house captains, as school pupil leader, you have duties. It's like Sister Anita said at the beginning, right? It's not just about duties. It's not just about doing things, right? Who you are as a leader should influence somebody else. Make sure, promise today, promise yourself, right? And keep that promise, write it somewhere, right? That you will make at least one leader in this tenure of your leadership this year. By the end of this year, you will have given St. Anne's at least one more leader, right? So when you move out of the school, you have at least 50 plus leaders from going out of St. Anne's, right? So this is all I have to say. Guys, did you have any questions for me? I think you are motivated enough. I don't need to tell you much more. But remember, the future requires many good. By the way, good leaders. Are there good leaders and bad leaders? Are there good leaders and bad leaders?
Yes.
Can anybody?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what's a bad leader? Who's a bad leader?
who don't know about leadership.
Who don't know about leadership. Okay. So what happens if a person who's a bad leader, who doesn't know about leadership, is given that badge today, is made the leader by St. Anne's? What happens? Come
He
on.
works for himself, not for any others.
Awesome. Lovely. So, I mean, you can give us a talk. I don't need to be here. You guys know it all. So, so when you say a bad leader, we are referring to a person who is selfish, right? Who doesn't care about the other. So that person is not a leader at all. So there is nothing called as bad leader. Okay, there's only a leader. There's no good leader or bad leader. There's either a leader or a person who's exploiting others, right? They don't know what leadership is all about. They're selfish. They're trying to fulfill their own desires, dreams, whatever ideas they have that will fulfill their need for power, right? So they're not leaders. They're just exploiters. They're just exploiting the weakness or the strength of another person who don't know how to be a leader. All right. So are you all going to strive to be a good leader? No, a leader, right? There's no bad leader. Okay. So all of you are going to be leaders, and good leaders. You're going to produce at least one more leader from St. Anne's. Yeah. Give me a thumbs up to, I want to see how many of you are willing to take that challenge today. Give me a thumbs up. There's a reactions button on your screen. Give a thumbs up from the reactions button there. Yeah. What about the others? What about the others? You don't want to take the challenge? Lovely. Lovely. Anvin, Jiju, come on. Anaka, Alia. Lovely. Awesome. Guys, you're doing a fantastic job. Keep doing it well. Okay. And like sister started at the beginning, right? Resilience. Don't let anything dampen you. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Make some changes if necessary on the way. Life is a package of good and bad. Just keep going. All right. You have my support always, and you have St. Anne supporting you also. If you have any questions for me, I'm willing to take any questions you have.
Students, will anybody like to raise any question? Any one of you who would like to do so, you are most welcome.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Is it true that the spirit of a team is a team leader?
Yes, but it's not just that, right? It's not just that. So when you say spirit of the team, right, you are already acknowledging that every person in the team is bringing some energy to the team, right? Yes. Okay. So when everybody is able to bring that energy, it is a leader's responsibility to take those energies and make it a united effort. Yeah. It's not just, it's not just your own energy, your own spirit, right? It's using the energies and the strengths of the entire team. Yes. You agree, Alex?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Lovely. Sister Anita, you want to add to that? Do you want to say anything to add to that?
No, I would ask, request the students platform for you to express yourself, and chief guest will be ready to answer your queries. If you don't have any questions or any clarifications needed, we can proceed with our program. Thank you. Thank you.
Students, shall we proceed?
I think
yes.
you can proceed, sister.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you all for the opportunity, and thank you, teachers, for the wonderful job you're doing, parents too.
So First and foremost, I would like to extend a warm word of gratitude to Mrs. Maria Kavita for her words of enlightenment, which I am sure will go long in helping our students, go far in helping our students to carry out their responsibilities with honesty, integrity throughout this academic year, and whenever in their life they take up small and great roles of leadership. So thank you, ma'am. If your actions inspire others to be more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are a leader, says John Adams. Today marks the unique celebration of our traditional annual investiture ceremony of school pupils, leaders, and school cabinet on a virtual platform. And this reflects our spirit that no matter what the challenges are, together we shall overcome. And Knights will shine. With this spirit of vision and mission, let us witness the oath-taking ceremony and formal induction of our office bearers 2020-21. Now, I would invite Mr. Abhilash Mahadevan, Staff Secretary, as well as School Cabinet Election Coordinator, to read out the names of various office bearers.
Good evening, all. Here are the members of School Cabinet 2020-21. First, School Pupils Leader Jidendranath AM of 10th B. Assistant School Pupils Leader Avantika R. Kumar of 9th B. Health and Safety Minister Samuel T. Jose of 10A. Assistant Health and Safety Minister Jeevan Abraham 9th A. Discipline Minister Jyotis Raji 10th A. Assistant Discipline Minister Vignesh Gopal 9th B. Sports Minister Leah and James 10th B. Assistant Sports Minister Farhan Najim 9th B. Art and Culture Minister Akshara Ashok 10th B. Assistant Art and Culture Minister Naveen GS 9th B. Red Rose Captain Prarthana S. Nair. Sunflower Captain Alia Nasir. Lotus Captain Alex B. Putanpurekal. Pansies Captain Arun Alex. Red Rose Vice Captain Adilashmi MJ. Sunflower Vice Captain Nida Nafir. Lotus Vice Captain Shivani P. Sri. And Pansies Vice Captain Anvin Jacob. Congratulations to all our cabinet members. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for naming all our office bearers. Now I invite our principal, Sister Anita Joseph, to receive the pledge from our elected representatives as they pronounce the oath of office and formally induct them in Students' Cabinet 2020-21.
I invest Master Jidendranath AM as School Pupils Leader of the School Cabinet 2020-21. As he officially dons the mantle of leadership and pledges his duties to the best of his abilities.
As school pupils leader of Saint School Ayu, I, Jidendranath A. do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as well as assist their overdevelopment and train them to be citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its ideas and traditions. So help me God.
As Assistant School Pupils Leader of St. Anne's School, Ayur, I, Avantika Kumar, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideals, and traditions. So help me God.
I request the next person to continue. Meanwhile, take note that due to technical problems, Jyotis Reggie, who was supposed to pronounce his oath at number 5, is not able to join us. He has informed us, and there will be another way of receiving his promise, but kindly other members continue.
As Assistant Captain of Health and Safety Minister of St. Anne's Central School, Ayum, I, Jeevan Abraham, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the students' community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideals, and tradition. So help me God.
Students, kindly pay attention because we are connected from far. Therefore, I think it would be better if I call out your names and then you pronounce your promise. Therefore, now I invite Master Samuel T. Jose to pronounce his promise. I think Samuel T. Jose also has technical issues. Therefore, Vignesh Gopal, I hope you are there, connected with us. Vignesh Gopal is going to take oath as Assistant Discipline Minister.
As Assistant Discipline Minister of St. Anne's School, Ayur, I, Vignesh V. Gopal, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideals, and traditions. So help me God.
Next, I invite Sports Minister Laya Ann James to pronounce her promise.
As Sports Minister of St. Anne's School, Ayur, I, Laya Ann James, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their own overall development and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideals, and traditions. So help me God.
Next, Art and Assistant Sports Minister Farhan Najim.
As Assistant Sports Minister Farhan Najim, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideals, and traditions. So help me God.
Next, I invite Art and Culture Minister Ms. Akshara Ashok.
As Art and Culture Minister of St. Anne's Central School, Ayur, I solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of upholding ideals, its aims, and traditions. So help me God.
Next, Assistant Art and Culture Minister Naveen GS.
As Assistant Art and Culture Minister of St. Anne's School, Ayur, I, Naveen GS, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideals, and traditions. So help me God.
Next, we have Red House Captain Prarthana S. Nair.
As captain of Red Rose House of St. Anne Central School, Ayur, I, Prarthana Nair, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train them to be good citizens. I myself conduct in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideas, and traditions. So help me God.
Sunflower Captain Alia Naseeb.
As Captain Sunflower House of St. Anne's School, Ayur, I, Alia Naseeb, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideals, and traditions. So help me God.
Lotus House Captain Alex B. Puttanpurekal.
As captain of Lotus House of St. Anne's Central School, Ayur, I, Alex B. Puttanpurekal, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideals, and traditions. So help me God.
Fancy's House Captain Arun Alex. Fancy's House Captain Arun Alex. I think Arun too has issues with the therefore
As the Vice Captain Red Rose House of St. Anne's School, Ayur, I, Adlakshmi MJ, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideals, and traditionals. So help me God.
As Vice Captain, Yellow House of St. Anne's School, Ayur, I, Nida Nafir, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideals, and traditions. So help me God.
As Vice Captain Lotus House of St. Anne's School, Ayur, I, Shivani Pistri, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs, assist their overall development, and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideals, and traditions. So help me God.
As Vice Captain Pansy's House of St. Anne's School, Ayur, I, Anvin Jacob, do solemnly promise that I shall sincerely work for the student community, encouraging programs as would assist their overall development and train them to be good citizens. I will conduct myself in a manner worthy of my school, upholding its aims, ideas, and traditions. So help me God.
Therefore, now we have come to the conclusion of oath taking ceremony and the formal induction of our office bearer into the school cabinet. Let us congratulate each one of them. Dear school cabinet members, as you step into an exciting, trying, and exceptional year, We wish you all the best. Do always remember that with position comes responsibility and leadership comes with integrity. And to be integral, you need to walk the talk. Jyotis Reggie has joined us. Jyotis, don't worry. There have been a number of people who were not able to be connected. You are not the alone, so it's okay. Now we are moving to the second part of our today's gathering. 5th September, birthday of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, is eagerly awaited by every Indian student and teacher. Our students too have been looking forward to express their esteem and warmth to their mentors and molders. Let us now sit back and see what they have to tell us. Over to Jitendranath, AM, School Pupils Leader.
Good evening to one and all. I am Jitendranath AM of Class 6B. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for this opportunity to lead the newly elected cabinet of this academic year as school pupils leader. I acknowledge the trust placed in me by my schoolmates and the expectations of management and the staff. By the blessings of and each one of respected teachers and with the support of cabinet members, I hope to give to each of you and to my school my very best. I think it's a biggest opportunity to show our commitment towards our school. I exhort and all to work together in order to make this year a beautiful and interesting one. As you know, today is 5th September. We Indians observe it as Teachers' Day. Our school has organized this social function and offered us a platform to host a program even amidst this delicate situation that we are going through due to pandemic. So, without wasting much time, I would like to welcome my schoolmate Anna Fatima to deliver a speech. Well, Anna.
Honorable Chief Guest, Ms. Maria Kavita, respected Principal, teachers, and all my dear friends, a warm good evening to all. It's my privilege and honor to stand here to deliver a speech on Teachers' Day. These days, we all are confined to our home due to COVID-19, which has had its impact on the whole world. We must continue to fight this crisis with patience and perseverance. And we have an example of timely strategy to counter the adverse effect of COVID-19 in the active and vigilant initiative our school takes time to time in our studies and activities. COVID-19 had forced schools across India and the world indeed to suspend physical classrooms and shift to online classes, while the transition has been smooth for St. Anne's classes. I'm sure that most of you know that you are listening to my speech for celebrating Teachers' Day. But very few students know the reason behind the celebration of this day. 5th September is annually celebrated as Teachers' Day in India. This is the birthday of the former President of India, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan was a well-known scholar, teacher, politician, and author of his time. Teachers are our guardians to enlighten our future. Teachers are the one who love and accept us with our failure and faults. Teachers are the one who want us to be successful. There is no doubt that they play a huge role in our life. So why not dedicate a day for them just to be thankful for their contribution they had made in our lives to make our lives bloom and also to make us better citizens and also better human beings. Dear friends, have we ever questioned ourselves who is a teacher? Most of the people feel a teacher is anyone who teaches to read, write, and count. However, it's not the fact. Though teachers are the one who by profession teaches, they are the one who brings out the best in us. Insist values, inspire goodness, and ignite passion. We have seen our teachers bringing out our skills, talents, disciplining and encouraging us, thinking and working tirelessly for our academic, physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. However, let us be aware that in these days, teachers constantly come across many challenges, such as lack of appreciation, disrespect for their role, lack of gratitude on the part of society. Dear friends, on this Teachers' Day, let's promise to respect our teachers. The true way of honoring our beloved teachers is to follow their teachings and grow up to noble souls who make the world a better place. Dear teachers, thank you for being here. Thank you for being there. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Now, here we have Miss Jani Pillai with a poem recitation tribute to our teachers who prepare us with all seasons of life. Welcome, Jani Pillai.
Good evening to all. Today on this auspicious day, I am here to recite a poem, A Teacher for All Seasons, by John Fence. John Marian Fence was born in Poland. She has written a number of poems on teacher. Example, number 1 teacher, thank you teacher, etc. In this poem, the poem compares the various roles of a teacher with the 4 seasons, showing us how a teacher contributes to the whole development of a child. Here it goes. A teacher is like spring who nurtures new green sprouts, encourages and leads them whenever they have doubts. A teacher is like summer whose sunny temperament makes studying a pleasure, preventing discomfort. A teacher is like fog with method, crisp and clear, lesson of bright colors and a happy atmosphere. A teacher is like winter while it's snowing hard outside, keeping students comfortable as a warm and helpful guide. Teacher, you do all these things with a pleasant attitude. You are a teacher for all seasons, and you have my gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Janaki Pillai. Music is the melody of heart. Dear teachers, as Anagha Varghese sings a song, she gives words to the esteem, affection, and gratitude which we, your students, hold for each of you deep in our heart. Thank you for teaching. Thank you for guiding us. Thank you for guarding us. Thank you for being patient with us. Anagha, with her melodious song, will give voice to our request. Dear teachers, please continue to radiate the light of knowledge into our lives as you have been doing all these years. Over to Anagha.
അറിവിന്റെ തിരിനാളം അണയാതിരിക്കുവാൻ അറിവേകി അറിവായി ജ്വലിച്ചിടും അധ്യാപകർ ജ്വലിച്ചിടും അധ്യാപകർ അറിവിന്റെ തിരിനാളം അണയാതിരിക്കുവാൻ അറിവേകി അറിവായി ജ്വലിച്ചിടും അധ്യാപകർ, ജ്വലിച്ചിടും അധ്യാപകർ. നേർവഴി കാട്ടിയും നേരിൽ ചരിച്ചും വഴികാട്ടിയായിടും അധ്യാപകർ. നേർവഴി കാട്ടിയും നേരിൽ ചരിച്ചും വഴികാട്ടിയായിടും അധ്യാപകർ. ആയിൽ തുടങ്ങുന്നൊരക്ഷരലോകത്ത് കൈപിടിച്ചെന്നെ നയിക്കുമിവർ, കൈപിടിച്ചെന്നെ നയിക്കുമിവർ. അറിവിന്റെ തിരിനാളം അണയാതിരിക്കുവാൻ അറിവേകി അറിവായി ജ്വലിച്ചിടും അധ്യാപകർ, ജ്വലിച്ചിടും അധ്യാപകർ. അറിവിന്റെ തിരിനാളം അണയാതിരിക്കുവാൻ അറിവേകി അറിവായി ജ്വലിച്ചിടും അധ്യാപകർ, ജ്വലിച്ചിടും അധ്യാപകർ, ജ്വലിച്ചിടും അധ്യാപകർ. താങ്ക് യു.
Before we conclude our event of this evening, we have one more performance by Master Abhinav Lal. Thank you, Abhinav, for waiting so patiently throughout the program, and we look forward to your poem recitation now, which is dedicated both to the teachers and to our school cabinet members. Over to Abhinav Lal.
മാന്യ സദസ്സിന് എന്റെ വിനീതമായ നമസ്കാരം. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് നമ്മുടെ വിശിഷ്ടാതിഥി ശ്രീമതി മറിയ കവിത മാം, പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ, വൈസ് പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ, ടീച്ചേഴ്സ്, മറ്റ് സുഹൃത്തുക്കൾക്കും. പ്രശസ്ത കവി ശ്രീ അയ്യപ്പ പണിക്കർ രചിച്ച പൂക്കാതിരിക്കാൻ എനിക്കാവതില്ലേ എന്ന കവിതയാണ് ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് ഇവിടെ ഉദ്ധരിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. എനിക്കാവതില്ലേ പൂക്കാതിരിക്കാൻ, എനിക്കാവതില്ലേ കണിക്കൊന്നയല്ലേ, വിഷുക്കാലമല്ലേ പൂക്കാതിരിക്കാൻ എനിക്കാവതില്ലേ. വിഷുക്കാലമെത്തിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഉറക്കത്തിൽ ഞാൻ ഞെട്ടി ഞെട്ടിത്തരിക്കും. ഇരുൾ തൊപ്പി പൊക്കി പതുക്കെ പ്രഭാതം ചിരിക്കാൻ ശ്രമിക്കും. പുലർച്ചക്കുളക്കാറ്റ് വീശിപ്പറക്കും വിയൽ പക്ഷി ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചു നോക്കും. ഞരമ്പിന്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ തിരക്കാണലുക്കിട്ട മേനി കുളപ്പിന്നു പൂവൊക്കെ എത്തിച്ചൊരുക്കി കൊടുക്കാൻ തിടുക്കം തിടുക്കം. ഉണങ്ങിക്കരിഞ്ഞെന്നു തോന്നിച്ച കൊമ്പിൻ മുനമ്പിൽ തിളങ്ങുന്നു പൊന്നിൻ പതക്കങ്ങൾ. എൻ താലി നിൻ താലി പൂത്താലിയാടി കളിക്കുന്ന കൊമ്പത്തു സമ്പത്തു കൊണ്ടാടി നിൽക്കും കണിക്കൊന്നയല്ലേ. പൂക്കാതിരിക്കാൻ എനിക്കാവതില്ലേ, പൂക്കാതിരിക്കാൻ എനിക്കാവതില്ലേ. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Well done, Abhinav Lal. And I hope you have given the right message to our school cabinet members newly inducted into their office, as well as to all the teachers, that we cannot not bloom. We need to bloom. We must bloom to spread the fragrance of goodness and nobility around us. As we wind up our program with this beautiful message. I remember the saying, when love and skill work together, expect a masterpiece. I'm sure the love of the organizers and the skill of the participants has brought out a masterpiece which all of us who participated in this event will remember in the days to come. Now it is time to say goodbye, and before that, thank you to all those who have helped today's program take shape. I call upon Mr. Anu Peter, Academic Coordinator, St. Anne's School, Ayur, to propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Juby sister. I convey my best wishes to the Honorable Chief Guest, respected principal, teachers, beloved parents, and my dear students. I myself, on behalf of St. Anne's School, I would consider the occasion as an honor and privilege to extend the word of thanks. Once a great man whispered, feeling thankfulness and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. Today, I take the opportunity to put all gratitude in words on behalf of our school management and all the students. I would like to thank our chief guest, Mrs. Maria Kavita, business consultant and motivational speaker, Macro Consultancy Bengaluru, for taking her precious time out and consenting to be the chief guest. Madam, indeed your words have inspired us. Thank you. We have been fortunate to be assisted by our principal, Sister Anita Joseph, who has been a constant support with a lot of encouragement and a source of energy to conduct a function like this. Thank you, sister. Here in this occasion, I convey my sincere gratitude to our teachers. Mrs. Pillai Prasanna for her words of welcome, which grabbed all our attention to this function. Thank you, teacher. I thank our pupils leader, Master Jitendra Nath, and student council members for honoring teachers as part of our Teachers' Day celebration. Thank you, dear students. Now I wish to thank our music teacher, Mrs. Pramila, for the prayer song, Mrs. Anaka Varghese for the song of honor, and Master Abhinav Lal and Ms. Janagi Pillai for the citation. Thank you, dear teachers and students. I thank our teachers, Mr. Abhilash sir, Mr. Ajal sir, for their selfless hard work, which resulted in the successful completion of election and this online function. Along with it, I convey my gratitude to our Vice Principal, Sister Juby Joseph, and all class teachers of 8th, 9th, and 10th for helping them out for the organized execution of school election. Thank you, teachers. I thank all the parents for their support and encouragement to students to be the part of the school union and for the presence over this online event. You always help us carrying out such important events. Thank you all. Last but not least, I thank you all the students and teachers for showing their interest in the online election and this event. Thank you, dears. I once again thank everyone for making this program successful. Thank you all. God bless.
Thank you, sir, for having thanked one and all who deserved it. Now, I request the viewers, the participants of the event, to kindly stand for national anthem as a token of our respect for the motherland.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे